Hey, what is up guys? David Zhao here, and today we're talking about wireless video transmission. Specifically, we're looking at the Hollyland Mars 400S Pro. This thing has incredible build quality, delivers low latency wireless video transmission of up to 400 feet of range, and comes packed with a ton of incredible features. It is priced at $639, so it begs the question, is it worth it? Let's find out. As a disclaimer, Hollyland sent me this unit for review. However, this video is of my honest opinion of this product. Hollyland did not have any input on what I say, nor did they see this video before I published it. With that being said, if you're interested in the Mars 400S Pro or any of the products used to produce these videos, links will be in the description down below. In the box, we get the transmitter, receiver, spare antenna, and a user manual. The transmitter and receiver both have the same I/O, including a on-off button, HDMI and SDI connectivity, with a variety of power options such as a USB-C port, a 16-volt barrel plug, as well as space for an L-series battery, allowing you to use batteries like the common Sony NP-F batteries. For mounting, the bottom of both units have a hot shoe mount with a 1/4-20 female adapter. The transmitter can of course mount directly onto the camera hot shoe. However, for the receiver, I had to buy a hot shoe receiver to 1/4-20 male adapter in order to attach it to my monitor. Additionally, the antennas can be removed for compact and safe storage during travel. It's also nice that Hollyland provides an additional 5th antenna as a spare should you happen to break one of yours. Finally, we have a display at the front with a menu that you can navigate with the up, down, and center button. We'll come back to this in a little bit. The first thing I wanted to do was perform some distance tests. To preface, this is probably the least scientific test ever, but I ran 3 distance tests. An indoor test where I go into different rooms, an outdoor test where I walk away but without breaking line of sight, and an outdoor test where I walk around the neighborhood and obstruct line of sight. After performing these tests, I can confidently say that in optimal conditions like the outdoor test where I didn't break line of sight, I was able to get a clear signal for up to around the advertised 400 feet. In suboptimal conditions where line of sight is obstructed, I definitely wasn't able to get as clean of a signal, but I think the range is optimal for just about any kind of shooting situation I normally anticipate, including using it indoors. During the test where I walked around to different parts of the house obscuring line of sight with several layers of walls, it still managed to keep a strong signal. In terms of latency, this is probably the most responsive wireless video transmitter I've tested. With a delay of under 300 milliseconds, that's 0.3 seconds. While we're not talking about sub 100 millisecond response times, that's still good enough to do most things you need to monitor accurately, shy of trying to wirelessly pull focus or compose a live shot with like a mimic system. In the menu system, you can even change the scene mode from HD to balance to speed, but in my testing, I didn't notice too much of a quality difference, nor did I notice any change in millisecond response times, since I noted about 300 millisecond delays in all 3 modes. Because of that, I just leave the receiver on balance because that's what it came out of the box. But as a side note, I also tested the response time using the Hollyview monitoring app on my phone, and I actually got an even better response time of only 200 milliseconds. Based on some digging, I think it's less so how fast the Mars 400S Pro are, but rather how fast the monitor that's playing it back is. Maybe my Foca A50 just can't keep up. Anyways, let's take a look at the menu. To access the menu, go ahead and press and hold the center button for about 3 seconds. In the menu, we can navigate the menu using the up-down buttons to scroll and the center button to select. First, we've got scene mode, which lets you pick between HD, balanced, and speed, as we discussed before. You're also able to change the fan speed or turn it off altogether, though from my use, I could barely notice the sound of the fan, and unless you have the microphone close to the transmitter or receiver, you should be fine without any fan noise at all. But it is nice that if you need to remove the fan noise, you can just turn the fan off altogether. Then under system setting, you can pair additional transmitters or receivers, change the language of the unit, as well as reset everything back to factory defaults. Lastly, in the menu, you can find the Wi-Fi password for monitoring via your mobile device and see the version information to know which firmware your device is currently running. Now, I mentioned there's an app, so let's talk about that next. While I can only speak to the iOS app since I don't have an Android, from what I can tell based on my testing, the Hollyview app is honestly pretty solid. Not only can you get reliable monitoring with fast response times, the app comes loaded with a bunch of features to help with exposure, focus, and composition. We've got everything you need like histograms, focus peaking, zebras, frame guides, spot magnification, false color, and even 3D LUTs to help preview your log footage. So here's my conclusion. If you're in the market for a low latency, high quality wireless video transmitter and receiver, this package is definitely worth taking a look at. Right out of the box, I was impressed by the build quality of the units which feel sturdy, industrial, and ready for professional work. The compact footprint makes mounting it to your rig surprisingly easy, and the image it delivers with less than a 300 millisecond delay was shockingly good. Wireless video transmission is great when you're working in a team for projects and want to, say, monitor your second shooter's feed without hovering over their shoulders. It's also great for having on client projects so you can have a feed they can look at as you're framing shots, or even to show them photos after taking them on a screen that's larger than your rear LCD screen. Another great use for this system is in your studio space, like when you're monitoring yourself recording or removing the HDI cable tether from your live stream setup, letting you stream a bit more mobily. Again, $639 is a bit of a hefty price tag, and there are alternatives like their older Mars 400 as well as their Mars 300 Pro, both of which provide similar capabilities just with a few less features like SDI connectivity. But if you're eyeing the Mars 400S Pro, I think you're definitely getting the bang for your buck since it's a solid product all around. Again, if you're interested in checking out any of the products I've mentioned in this video, links will be in the description down below. As usual guys, if you enjoyed this video or learned something from it, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe for more content, and get notified of when new videos are uploaded. Question of the day for you guys. What other categories of products would you like to see me review and talk about this year? Budget-friendly gear or more expensive equipment? Cameras, lenses, lighting, drones, or what else? Let me know. I'm looking forward to producing a lot more content this year for you guys, so make sure you're subscribed to see all of it. All right guys, that's it for this one, and as usual, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.